Okay, here we go. Bloodwalk, another kind of hell speed map. No real identity to it. I mean, it's enjoyable, but there's not much to talk about really. It's just another hell map. There's not much narrative going on here. It's not too important to the story. Just a filler, really, unfortunately. But let's get started. Pretty tough opening, lots of hit scanners hidden around corners, lots of imps to get at you, and also some non-linearity right off the start. You go left, right, or forward. If you can, always give the player choice. Makes your maps feel nice and open. Where am I getting shot at from? Deal with these guys. Should take us to the red key. Oh, and a random wandering cacodemon. Wandering enemies are cool. If you can, see if you can get some enemies to wander about. You know, make sure they can hear the player, but put them far away. And if your map's interconnected, then every time you playtest, you should have enemies appear in like new situations or sneak up on you. Kind of create some interesting gameplay for you. So this opens up. This is not threatening at all though. The music for this one in particular, I think loads of them came from a MIDI pack made in 2016. I think the Rocket Electronic Edition, which I think is a bunch of covers, other people's tracks maybe. But that's where I got a lot of the music from. I did kind of want to pick tracks that were not used that often in other level packs. Of course, there are some Jimmy midis that I used closer towards the start, I think, that everyone's used because they're good songs. But maybe try find some, if you're making your maps, some kind of lesser known midis, games people haven't heard of, or everyone's heard of everything nowadays, but it does help give your level set a unique identity. Of course, this is well telegraphed because you can see it through the window, and everybody loves a waterfall secret. Everyone expects a waterfall secret. It's a cliche. One I like, because it's always rewarding. I haven't seen that many waterfall secrets recently though. Just using the mid texture. This is a fun little shooting gallery. Rocket launcher is one of the best weapons against cacodemons. Really fun to use. So why not just let the player use it? This is the only use of fire blue in the entire Mega Worlds. I don't remember, but maybe. And then where are we going? We need to get the red key still, which is along here. This should have been signposted a little bit easier. I've seen plenty of people just run through this and miss this. All I needed was light or an enemy to shoot at you, or just make it a different colour. Maybe this could have just been like a metal corridor instead. Just make it more distinctive. We are in here now. Here we go. Little hidden switch here. Probably it's a lazy way of doing secrets that I use throughout the MegaWad. I think I'm trying to make secrets more creative, but usually secrets are one of the last things I put into the map actually, which is a bad habit. It really shouldn't be. And I do it just by adding, just put a soul sphere here, and you know, a switch to lower it, etc. It's difficult to make secrets rewarding in Doom because it's just, you know, potentially weapon, some health, or some armour. The weapon bit you can make quite interesting if you want to give the player a big advantage in an encounter. Come out here. We can see the yellow key up there, which is a nice bit of foreshadowing. Like I said, always see if you can put important items on display before you get to them. Gives the player a goal. Deal with these guys. I think there's rockets here. Here we go. Okay. Cool. This is a pretty under-detailed map, I think. One of the ugliest. It looks very basic. Because all my maps look basic, I like them not having too much going on. Mainly because it means I can make them quickly. But I think this is one of the best examples of a pretty ugly, almost mono-textured map. But at the same time, is that details should not be something you should be too concerned about. Most people don't really care about detail, and I've noticed recently that I'm definitely misremembering how detailed other people's maps are. So have a playthrough of some of your favourite map sets, or map sets that you think are actually really, really detailed. I mean, some really are, but most, especially ones from like 2010, you know, and before that, they're not actually that detailed, and they look great still. What does this do? Oh, that's left. Okay. Now here is a pretty big missed opportunity, simply because the arena is interesting. There's corridor crushes, but the fight is not very challenging because of the crushes. It was inspired by Back to Saturn X, I think map 3, the one with the circular room with all the crushers laid out. We'll do all these guys here. Ooh. Some HP before we start. So that lowers the yellow key, and then monsters spawn. But you can just leave. I put the arch file there to kind of stop people from leaving, but you know, you can go. It's pretty poorly designed, really. I think what I would have done is crushes all the way to here, most likely, and way more opposition over here as well to kind of stop the player going that way. For some reason those lines are blocking the monsters. Don't know for the life of me why I did that. Maybe it was to stop people from Archfile jumping out of bounds. Could have just made the wall higher because they would have hovered over it. Okay, just got this last guy to do. Whoa, that was poor play by me. There we go. Yeah, the lighting on this map was an afterthought as well. I generally sound quite negative about it, really, don't I? I mean, it's okay. It's definitely not a very memorable map, but it's okay for out of 32 maps. For some of them to not be that good, that's fine. Not every single map will be a slam dunk. So that's Bloodwalk finished. We're on to Bastion next.